Hi guys. So I had the Supernatural convention this weekend, and that's probably why I sound a little hoarse. It was a great time though. I thought I would share my photos with you. Videos will be coming, just probably not today because I'm so tired. So when my bestie and I went to the Supernatural convention in 2019, our seatmates from the States became our friends. And we all planned to meet up at this convention. And at the first convention, Misha Collins put our side of the theater in timeout. So we became Misha's timeout squad. So this time, oh, we got a picture taken as Misha's timeout squad. We're getting a lot of reflections. So I'm going to move rooms to where there's no reflections so you can see these pictures because they're awesome. 1 second. All right, this is a little better. They print them on super glossy paper, so it's really hard to get clear pictures of them. But there's me. That's right, I'm wrapped around Misha Collins' thigh. It was super fun. All right, so when the bestie and I went to get our picture taken, we got all the good pictures last time. So this time, because we rolled over our tickets, we got a free Jensen, Jared, and Misha picture. So we wanted to do something a little fun. So this is the guys going, what the hell? Because this is what me and the bestie are doing. This is an epic picture. I am in love with this. I think it turned out so awesome. But for our Jensen Jared picture, we went for just a little bit of sweetness. Look at Jensen's laughing face. Look how serious Jared is. And we kicked up our little feetsies. I looked right into those beautiful eyes. And my brain emptied. So in the later seasons, there was an character named Cat, who's played by an actor named David Hayden Jones, who is actually Canadian, not British. And he is the sweetest guy. I think because he's Canadian, but maybe just him. Anyways, we decided we put a photo in a book. It was supposed to be him and Adam Fergus, who played Mick, who is a co-worker of Catch. Long story short. Anyways, Adam at the last minute couldn't make it. So we only had our photo with David, which was just fine by us because we love David. So we were showing him an interesting photo in our little book there. But look at that expression. And by the way, he said he loved my hair. So that was our picture with David Hayden Jones. And as Rob Benedict is the love of my life, and him and Rich Spate Jr. do a few podcasts. I originally came in and my guest is Richard Spate, which they did during lockdown. And it actually kept me company when I was living all by myself. So we got a picture done Kings of Con style, but we wanted to be hilarious and do little derpy faces at them. And I love how Rob's like, okay. And Rich is like, well, of course, this is only my due. Oh, it's so adorable. I am very happy with my con pictures, by the way. So then Misha does his Castiel photo shoots where he tries to stay in character as Castiel. In 2019, I sniffed his trench coat. So in 2022, we revived the trench coat sniffing, only I look like a little frickin' goblin. And this time, Missa's trying to protect him, and he's still, dude, what the heck? But as we were walking away, I looked at him, he smiled and winked at me. So he obviously enjoyed the trench coat sniffing. And when I went to get his autograph, As I walked up to the table, he looked at me and went, "Oh, hello again." And I was like, my heart. He said, "Hello again." Now, I think it's the hair because all weekend long, everybody kept saying, "I love your hair. I love your hair. I love your hair." So now I can never change my hairstyle again. It's always got to be blue. Can't really tell in this light, but it is blue and purple. And it's got to be this mullet job I've got going on here. There's one picture where it showed up really good. This one. You can see how nice and curly it got down the back. And it's like blue to purple. So apparently everybody really loved my hair. Even people who weren't at the convention. I was sitting outside at one point and some strange dude was just like, "Wow, I love your hair." I was just like, yep, I'm never changing this again. All right, so then we had a photo with Misha and Alex. Alex plays Jack. And there's a running gag about Misha being Alex's father because they look so much alike. Nah, no family resemblance there at all, is there? Look at those two. So they've played up on that. It's been really hilarious. But there's the boys. So for my solo Jared picture, because I wanted full on Goofy this time, I had him exercise me like I was a demon. But I don't think that demons smile like that when they're being exercised. I thought it was hysterical. I mean, look at, he's like so committed to the role. He's just like, "I'm Sam Winchester and I'm exercising this demon." And I'm like laughing my ass off, which I think just makes it even better. I mean, I love this picture. I posted it on Twitter, and at the moment it has 47 retweets and 360 likes. My hope is that at some point Jared might like it. We'll see what happens. So because I had my epic hug with Jensen before this time, I wanted to either make him laugh or say, "What the F?" So I pulled out my David Hayden Jones book and I showed it to Jensen, and I got my "What the F" look, which, I mean, does he make a look that's not sexy? I don't think he does. But I'm like, ooh, this could go very bad. But no, it was kind of fun. I mean, seriously, I was full on Goofy. But Missa wanted very specific pictures for her solo ops with Jared and Jensen, and they turned out amazing. Look at this. Look at how happy she is. He's dipping her. Oh, it's so adorable. But wait till you see this one. This literally made people like lose their minds because her expression is like the innocent being pursued. It is awesome. Check this out. Look at him. Look at. And she's just so, she says she looked at his eyes and her brain just went blank. She had planned to give him a hot, sexy look back. No, she looks like the high school girl being pursued by the bad boy. And she's like, no, I can't, but I want to. I mean, who wouldn't look at that? Those shoulders. Oh, damn. So we got autographs. We had some other pictures that we had collected way back in 2020 before the convention got postponed twice. So we had some other pictures to get autographed. And this was the picture that I was getting Misha to sign when he went, "Hello again." And I was like, oh, my heart. It makes me so happy. Look at him. And Melissa went the other way. This was her Misha picture to get autographed. We had a nice balance of goofy and hot going on. And then this was my Jared picture that I got autographed because he just looks so serious. Now in 2019, the picture I took to get autographed, his handler was like, where did you get that picture? And Jerry was instant like, is it Hemsworthy? And so it became a word for us, was Hemsworthy. Apparently he remembers that. So when I took this picture, I'm like, this is this year's Hemsworthy. And then we got in this huge fight over whether he's Hemsworthy or not with his handler. It was hysterical. At one point, I had to pull out my phone to show them the picture from 2019 because I had a picture of it on my phone. And we were all just like wound up and everything. And next thing I know, security's walking in. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so going to get kicked out of here. So we very quickly took our autographs and ran. So this was Mrs. Photo because of, check out those arms. Yeah, baby. And he's so cute. Look at that little smile. Jared. So then we went to get Danson's done. Now I'm putting all my black and whites up with my original one from 2019. So this is for my black and white wall. Look at the crinkles. Look at the freckles. Like, oh yeah. Freaking hot. And he smiled and laughed. And we had a like nice little conversation. And then Melissa took her photo to get autographed. So we were together, of course. She was right behind me. So he signed mine in black. Then all of a sudden he grabbed another Sharpie and he signed hers. And we looked at it. And we've been friends for like over 30 years. In perfect unison, we're like, it matches the beard. And he looked over and went, it was just like, is dead. But it does. It matches the ginger beard. Oh, it was so much fun. So David Hayden Jones was wearing a shirt that someone had sent him, and it was supposed to say Canadian Gigolo, but there was an extra I in there or an extra G. I can't remember, but it was like Canadian Gigolo or something like that. So he had posted a picture on Instagram that I then, of course, printed off, and I had him sign on the bottom. What does he do? The full Mouty. He forgot to put the N in. So he adds the N. He's like, oh, yeah, great. Canadian Jajajalo and the full Matty. So I have another unique David souvenir. And yes, that is going up on my wall. So we have one other tale that I have to share because it was just too funny. And weird can be memorable sometimes. So, I decided that what I would do, hold on, let me just block this off. I had this picture of my Bobo. And I went to the picture table and I found this picture of Rob Benedict, who supplied the name for Bobo. Do you see some similarities in expression there? Do you see that? So when I went up to his autograph table, I took him a copy of this, which he kept, by the way. And after I told him about, thanked him for doing the podcast during the lockdown and how him and Richard had kept him company and all that. And I showed him the picture of Bobo and I showed him this picture. And I said, you have to sign a photo to my cat. So he put to Bobo, my brother from Bobo. And then he signed here. And then I told him he could keep the picture. So he took the paper and he wrote something on it, put it to the side. I don't know if he did end up throwing it in the garbage or not. I don't really care. The fact of the matter is he laughed hysterically when he saw that. And he was like, yep, there's a bit of a resemblance. So now that I had that picture, I quickly scanned it and I printed this off. So I have the 3 frames of my Bobo. Looking so cute. Like Bobo. And then I went and saw Ruth because I'm weird. I mean, we all know it. And I'm a crazy cat lady. So I just embraced it. And I love Ruth. And I Ruth and Rob are dating, in case you don't know. And I so love them together. Like, they're so cute and just, I totally ship them. So I went to see Ruth and I showed her this and I said, this is my Bobo with your Bobo. There's a bit of a resemblance. And I asked her too to sign a picture to my cat. So she did. I stripped my voice with all the screaming this weekend. But regardless, these are now two of my most treasured pictures because they're autographed to my cat. Ruth took a picture of this and texted it to Rob. I never did get to find out if he responded because he was busy doing stuff at the convention. But yeah, I could just imagine them going, yeah, the crazy cat lady found me too, Bob. Oh, thanks a bunch. I'm okay with it. This was the last time I was ever going to see them. So, you know, I want to do something a little memorable. You know, maybe. Anyways, those are my pictures from the Supernatural Con. And I'll confess, I bought another banner. But this one is just a huge picture of Rob. And he signed that too. And on the day that I bought that, they have the auction 2 days. So on the first day, I guess no one was in the auditorium when they were doing the auction. I wasn't there for the first part because I was off doing photo ops. But when I came back and I saw the Rob one, I was like, you know, impulsive. That's me. I started bidding on it. Someone was bidding against me. I'm like, oh yeah, you're not getting it. Like, you don't want to be going up against me in a bidding war because I'm very aggressive. I try to scare people off. So I was just like, they're like, who will open it at 50? I was like, here. Someone else looked at 100. I'm like, here. Till eventually I intimidated them. They didn't need to know that it was my last bid, the one that won, because if they had gone up one more time, I would have been out. And they didn't. So I got it. So when I took it over for Rob to sign, him and his attendant, we were rolling out the banner for him to sign. And I'm like, oh, by the way, I paid more for this than the people at the beginning paid for the Jared and Jensen banners. And, which is true. And his handler was like, shut the front door. And Rob was like, hey. It was quite funny. Anyways, I'm sure I've bored you enough with my tales of the Supernatural convention, which FYI was super fun. Oh, I do have my death ring I'm wearing too. I've got one for each of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And my Castiel earrings. And my Supernatural convention sweatshirt. I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff. But it was fun. And it was, it's the last convention that's ever going to be held in Toronto. So, anyways, I will be editing up some videos from the convention and posting them as well for just a little while and see how they do. I may just put them to private so that you guys don't have to see them because this is supposed to be a Fiber Arts channel. Not a Supernatural channel, but Supernatural is part of who I am. So, in a way, this is just sharing more of myself with you guys. And it might be comforting to know that my extreme weirdness carries over into every aspect of my life, such as getting photos autographed to my cat. I mean, chaos. I live it. I don't just talk about it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed seeing those photo guys, and I shall talk to you later. Bye.